Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It is Mike Brown here with RE/MAX in Toronto on a beautiful autumn morning. The leaves are starting to fall, and the Maple Leafs are about to hit the ice for another season without Mitch Marner.
It's good. Yeah. It's going to be good. It's going to be good.
Not quite sure how that's going to look. Anyhow, on to the business of real estate. Well, the inventory continues to rise, as everybody pretty much anticipated. However, we have yet to hit the peak numbers that we saw just back in June and early July of this year. I'm not sure we're going to get there. As you know, as the weather starts to turn cold, the inventory generally starts to draw down again. I think we have another couple of weeks where we'll see these numbers continue to climb, but I think they're going to tail off pretty much toward the middle of October. As far as the average daily listing inventory versus sales, just about to do those calculations in the next couple of days for the preceding 4 weeks, and that information will be up on the website, RE Inventory TO, probably within the next 7 days. So check those numbers out if you're interested. In the last episode, I spoke about two different sets of numbers and the relevance that they may have played in the I Pro trust account realty scandal that you may have heard about in the news.
Oh, not again.
I'm going to talk a little bit more about that when we get back from the break. But again, we're at that point. So without further delay, let's get a look at that inventory story. Okay, so you just saw a black screen with a disclaimer. It's the first time I've had to use one, and it's very important. Again, these are just my opinions as an experienced realtor. I'd also like to add that some people are probably going to say, hey, Mike, this is kind of the pot calling the kettle black or biting the hand that feeds you. I can see your perspective on that, but I'd like to say a couple of things first off. The company that I work for, RE/MAX Hallmark, I've been with for over 30 years. They're an industry leader. They are owned and operated by probably the most experienced professional people that I have known in all the years I've been in the business. They have an exceptional training department where they offer insights and knowledge to both new and old agents alike. And the charitable contribution and the degree of give back to the community has really kept me happily associated with RE/MAX Hallmark for years. So kudos to you guys. But like every situation in life, there's bad apples in every basket, and I think this I Pro situation is evidence of that. So without further delay, I did type my query into artificial intelligence, and this is the script that it gave me back, so I want to be accurate, and although this doesn't look that professional, I am going to be reading it specifically to you and let you decide what you think of the connection I'm trying to make here. So, how RE/MAX changed the real estate industry and why it matters. Today, I want to connect the dots between the recent I Pro trust account scandal and the fundamental change that took place to the real estate industry decades ago. And again, just to be clear, these are just my personal views, not the official position of RE/MAX. When RE/MAX entered the market in the 1970s, it completely reshaped real estate with the 100% commission model. Instead of splitting half their earnings with the brokerage, agents kept nearly all of it and simply paid a flat monthly desk fee. Well, that's a pretty broad generalization of what happened. To break it down a little bit more specifically, the old model, when you were hired as a realtor with a real estate brokerage, you generally got 50% of the commission, and as you sold more through the year, your commission split would go up only to return back to the original 50-50 at the beginning of the year. And in turn for that, you didn't have any expenses.
Coffee's for closers only.
You earned what you earned, but the brokerage paid for your advertising, your, back in the day, long distance bill, your desk, your photocopies, open house signs, and all the things that we now pay for ourselves under the 100% commission model. So that was the fundamental difference. And it attracted or RE/MAX attracted the cream of the crop because these are agents who were already seasoned and experienced and wanted to keep the lion's share of the commission in their pocket in turn for paying for their own expenses. So they became their own sort of independent business operators. So here's how that changed the industry. The 100% commission concept, agents became, again, business owners, running their practices under a brokerage umbrella, but keeping the lion's share of the income. They attracted the top producers, forcing other brokerages to rethink their split offerings and compensation to agents. Through the professionalization and branding, RE/MAX created one of the first truly recognizable global real estate brands. They marketed themselves and built a massive company. Global expansion, the model spread quickly through North America and Europe, and it now basically reshaped how real estate is sold everywhere in the world. But there were some lasting consequences.
There always is, isn't there?
Under this system, a brokerage's profitability became less about how much real estate its agents actually sold, and more about how many agents the brokerage could recruit and collect monthly fees from. This changed the priority of the business. Brokerages focused on headcount and volume over agents under their banner, not necessarily on transaction oversight. And that's where we connect Ipro back to this particular statement. The $17.5 million trust account shortfall was the responsibility of only two individuals, the broker owners of that company. When I look at the Ipro story, it's not just about one company's collapse. It's part of a bigger picture that started decades ago when the RE/MAX revolution shifted the economics of real estate, turning brokerages into fee-based organizations and left accountability more fragmented than ever. And in the Ipro case, I can only surmise that with 2,400 agents under your umbrella and a shrinking real estate market, a bunch of those agents are no longer practicing, and the revenue stream for Ipro probably started to shrink dramatically, leading the brokerages or the broker owners in a position where perhaps they needed to dip into that trust account to keep the ship afloat. Anyhow, that about does it for this one. Until the next episode, this is Mike Brown with RE/MAX, uncovering the real estate of real estate here in the GTA and Southwestern Ontario.